it holds a lot of references, journals that you can go and find them all in one place.
So database has a variety of sources that you can use, ranging from journal articles to videos, online books.
So a peer-reviewed journal is basically a journal or a piece of writing that's been checked to be credible by someone who is usually an expert in the field.
A journal that is created by someone an expert in their field, and then they create sound research, and to know that that research is viable research, it is examined by a panel of peers and experts in the field.
So a peer-reviewed journal mainly has people that have a thorough academic background that writes these journals and are more in knowledge and more in depth of the topic that you are looking for.
For my research, that's all we use is peer-reviewed articles because we want correct information. We want to make sure that it's been reviewed by the experts in the field to make sure that this is sound research.
Is that a magazine is written by sort of a person in that expertise, and although they might not have the academic background, they're an expertise in that. And it also magazine's also filled with pictures as well.
Usually magazine articles are more opinion-based a little bit. You can tell sometimes when someone's writing a magazine article, their biases a little bit come out. But with peer-reviewed journals, since they have been reviewed by credible experts, they become a credible source and much more valuable to you in your research projects.
It's how you search. So if we were going to look at apples and oranges, you'd have that and. So I usually like to capitalize the and to show that it is an operator and to make sure I get articles on both apples and oranges, because sometimes you'll get a mix of things. Sometimes they're just looking for the search and it's not helpful.
Well, Boolean operators are a great tool for you to use when you're searching for articles. It's easier if I just give an example. So if you have the words like and or not. So let's say you're searching for a real simple example, apples, or you're just searching for fruit. So you would put in apples and, let's say, pears. That means you want to search both apples and pears. But if you put apples or pears, then you get either or. Or if you do apples not pears, then you only get apples and no pears.
From my background, I took a little computer science, and we did fiddle around with Boolean operators. It's sort of like a math term used for the search terms for the library. So it ranges from and, or, the comma could be used for or as well. There's parentheses too, and it's sort of like a helpful shortcut to use to search for databases. So if you want to look for cars and tools, you can find cars and tools, and both of them will pop up at the same time. As opposed to if you want cars or tools, they could give either the searches that have cars or just tools. So it's pretty helpful if you want to narrow your search down.